This is Dr. J9's 9 and 9 with 9 tips for how to fix leaky gut syndrome. So maybe you figured out now that leaky gut syndrome is part of your problem with your own health, but how do you fix it? So today I'm going to share 9 tips for how to fix the leaky gut. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Janine Bowring, naturopathic doctor. So let's start right at the top. Tip number 1 is to fix your circadian rhythm. So it's really important. First thing in the morning is to get early morning sun exposure. You want to do your best to look at the sun at the sunrise. Even if you can expose your stomach to those healing rays of the sun in the morning, this will go a long way for helping your leaky gut, but also for setting your circadian rhythm for the day. Also, make sure that you're getting moderate exercise throughout the day to help to set your circadian rhythms in a healthy way, and always get a good restful night's sleep. So when you stop eating again around 6 p.m., this will ensure that you have a good night's sleep. And the studies have actually shown that if you are eating at the wrong times, and this was something that was done in mice, but eating at the wrong times would change the gut function and mess up the microbiome and the organisms in the gut. But also when the body's supposed to be resting, that's not when you maximize your ability to digest your food. And then this offsets your entitled circadian rhythm, and that then has a negative impact on your melatonin. So that restful night's sleep and stopping to eat around 6 p.m. or 3 to 4 hours prior to going to bed is super important. Tip number 2 is to include some coconut oil in your diet. Coconut oil contains something called MCTs, medium chain triglycerides, which help to repair the gut, and that is super important. Check out another video that I have here on how to fix the leaky gut, because I share a fantastic recipe that includes coconut oil. Tip number 3 is to fix your microbiome. So yes, we need to include a high diversity of gut microbes in our diet. And how do we do that? Well, eating fruits and vegetables in season, and believe it or not making them too clean. So if we think about carrots that we've purchased at, or hopefully you've pulled them out of the ground yourself, but if you've purchased them at your local farm or certainly at the grocery store, you want to get the ones that don't look all shiny and new and that have been pre-peeled and treated. You want them to look as they came out of the ground, and you want to include some of that dirt that is there. And by touching that dirt, it actually helps with the diversity of your microbiome, because those microbes in the earth from where the carrots came actually helps you to digest the carrots. So that is super important, and I don't think enough of us are doing that and taking advantage of that local environment and that soil and those soil organisms to help with the digestion of our food, but also to help the diversity in our guts. Also, of course, taking probiotics that include fructooligosaccharides. And these are the prebiotics that help to repair the holes in the gut lining, which is part of the leaky gut syndrome. So making sure if you are taking probiotics that it also includes the FOS, as well as parasite cleansing. So there are certain herbal medicines that are super powerful at getting rid of those bad bugs that can be in the gut. Some of my favorites are oregano, as well as black walnut is very healing because it helps to kill off those bad organisms and those parasites. Cloves are fantastic because they also help to kill off the babies, so those immature and the eggs of those parasites, and the cloves really help to deal with that, and turmeric as well. So turmeric is a spice, but also in terms of a herbal medicine, it's something that you can take in a capsule form, especially with the concentrated curcumin. That's what you're looking for when you're looking for a supplement for turmeric and curcumin. Not as only is it healing to the gut, but also has that anti-parasitic effect. So for links to products, check them below, and we can help to guide you in that department. Tip number 4 is to limit your caffeine and your alcohol. Sorry guys, but that's, unfortunately a little bit's okay. So that's the good news, but too much caffeine and too much alcohol has a negative impact on the gut lining and can damage those tight junctions in the gut. And so in this study, we can see that alcohol definitely, and the correlation with circadian rhythms and the health of the gut is definitely correlated. So we want to make sure that we are limiting, again, not too much alcohol, so overdoing it, not so good, but your caffeine as well. Drink more water. This will really be a healthy way to take care of your leaky gut syndrome as well. Tip number 5 is to decrease the sugar in your diet. So refined carbohydrates, too much sugar, even from fruits, can cause a problem with our leptin. So leptin resistance is an issue when we're talking about leaky gut syndrome. Whenever our insulin levels go high, this will decrease our vitamin C. And of course, we need vitamin C to maintain the collagen fibers to help to keep our guts strong. So if you think of that, if you missed my show, The Science of Weight Loss and Leptin Resistance, be sure that you check that out on another episode here on YouTube to make sure that you are healing that gut, but also healing that leptin resistance, which is often where this entire phenomenon is happening right at the beginning. Also, when we talk about, tip number 6, when we get right into it, this is increasing certain nutrients. So things like N-acetylcysteine, NAC, or selenium are something that is so important to be able to heal up those tight junctions in the leaky gut, and using functional proteins. So protein powders, we know that have been formulated to be able to really help to heal up those tight junctions in the gut, and often have some of these correlated accessory nutrients within the protein powders themselves are very reparative to the leaky gut. Tip number 7 is to decrease your EMF exposure. So EMFs have a negative impact on your gut microbiome, so it can make the bad bugs grow more and become more resistant to antibiotics, and also has a negative impact on the good growth of the good bacteria. Tip number 8 is supplementation. So to get extra help from supplements is always a great idea to help to fix that leaky gut even more quickly. So some of the ones that I love are zinc is very reparative to the gut lining. Make sure that it contains the zinc ionophore to ensure that it's properly absorbed, and a little bit of copper as well. So again, we have links below to help you, to guide you in the right direction here. As well as vitamin D3. So we know that natural sun exposure is important, but a lot of people, myself included, living here in Canada, not getting and seeing the sun so much in the cold winter months, it's important to sometimes supplement as well. Vitamin C. So vitamin C with bioflavonoids is important. So as a whole food complex is really important to help to fix our collagen, which again helps to maintain the proper functioning and structure of our gut cells. As well as DHA. So DHA is docosahexaenoic acid. This is typically from fish oils, or a fish oil supplement, is really important for maintaining all of our cellular health, but also helps to convert that sunlight energy, which I always talk about, into the electrical currents in our body, which gives us the proper functioning of our entire organism. Coenzyme Q10 is also reparative to the gut, and that's really important as well as a supplement. And enzymes. So digestive enzymes can be very helpful as well, especially if they're helping you to digest gluten and dairy, which can be very inflammatory and be very difficult for most people to digest. And tip number 9 is the Dr. J9 self-healing meditation for improving your leaky gut. So that's a whole other video that we have here. Make sure you check it out, and really tuning into your energy, tuning into the energy of the universe to help to focus in and send that healing light and energy to that leaky gut, so that you are able to heal it even more quickly than doing all the other things as well included in this video to help for you to heal your leaky gut. So if you've got questions, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you. Give me a big thumbs up and share this video as well. Be sure to subscribe and also click that bell so you're always notified of my newest and latest uploads. And be sure to always take care of your good health and to do it naturally. Thanks for joining me today.